Hi everyone, it's Kate from The Fold Line. I am back this week with the edit. This is our roundup of new sewing pattern releases. So lovely reading everyone's comments about Christmas presents and stuff. I was chuckling at lots of them, so thank you to everyone who left really nice comments last week. I also want to address the person who said that I say a lot. Now, I completely agree. I know that I say it too much. I have really tried to stop myself, but I can't. It's just part of how I talk. I've also tried editing it out of the videos, but the sentences sound weird. So I'm really sorry if it does annoy you. Probably the best thing to do is just not watch me, because I cannot stop myself from saying And part of the reason is that because I just talking how I would talk to a friend. So I don't like plan script what I'm going to say. I'm just talking sort of naturally, and I do say a lot. So if it really bothers you, just don't watch me, because I can't stop myself. I'm an aholic and I just can't stop. Right, so no I won't. I also say so too much. That's the other thing I've noticed. I'm gonna get started. So I've got this I've got this really lovely Shacket pattern, which I think everyone is going to love. It's the French Navy portmanteau Shacket. Oh, that was I don't think I pronounced that correctly. So this one is PDF only. It comes in sizes UK 6 to 34. I love this. I thought you guys might quite like this. Good layering piece. Nice spring project. The sun is shining today. You can see how bright it is. I'm feeling like spring's on the way. So there are two variations to this jacket. Let's have a look at the line drawing, then we can see what's going on. My personal preference is version A, with those really nice slanted pockets. I think they're quite interesting. They're kind of inseam pockets and the seam is on a slant. There's also a nice little pocket as well on the breast. The back as well has got little pleats, which feels like slightly more shirt-like. Then option B has got patch pockets. So there are 3 patch pockets. Obviously you can change this and do whatever you want. You can get creative with the pockets. It's totally up to you. And then I thought it was quite interesting. There's another, the second variation has got a seam down the centre back, which I really like. I think that's quite nice. Then you can make nice little kind of tweaks and changes to, you could put different backs, style B back on style A front, depending on what you want. But I really like those. I thought this was just really lovely, and I think something that lots of people would like to make. I really loved this version. I'll show you it. It's in a check. It looks like it's in a brushed cotton, so it feels like you're basically wearing pajamas, which I'm very much into at the moment. I think January always makes me want to wear really cozy things. So yeah, so that's the first one. Next, we've got 2 skirt patterns from Juliana Martes. They're very similar, so I'm going to sort of talk about them together, because I think they're the same skirt. They're 2 variations, but she's kind of put them as separate patterns. So it's the Lily skirt and the Molly skirt. The Lily skirt, you can see this one is a short version, and the Molly skirt is a kind of midi length. Now, anyone who hasn't seen, she's created 2, a jacket and a coat. These skirts are actually made, you can make this completely using hand sewing. So you can see that it's used a blanket stitch to stitch the pieces together. So you don't need a sewing machine. So it's actually quite a nice project to do in front of the TV. They're great. So these patterns, they are PDF only. They come in a size UK 6 to 20. And yeah, you kind of just pick which length you want. To me, I would probably buy the Molly one, and then if you want to make it shorter, you can. They're obviously using a stretch fabric, so you can kind of pull it on, but I thought it was a really clever idea. And this sort of stitch is on loads of stuff on the high street this winter, so it's very much on trend. So you'll be bang on trend if you make it, and also we can sit and watch TV while we do it. So this to me feels like a really nice one. This could be a gentle easing in of your sewing, your beginning of the year sewing. Next up, we've got 2 patterns from the pattern room. They are both PDF only. They come in size UK 10 to 24. The The first one I'm going to talk about is a skirt pattern. They're both quite simple patterns actually. Again, another nice kind of easy start. So you can see from the line drawing that it's got an elasticated waist. It's got this kind of panel of a kind of, what would you call it? A ruffle that almost goes all the way around the bottom, and the seam kind of goes up around the leg, so you get a short, basically you're kind of showing one leg. I think I'm not describing this very well, but you get the drift from the line drawing in the pictures. But quite an interesting one, and I quite like it. It's quite a kind of a dressy skirt. So that is the first one. The second one is actually a really nice, simple sort of jersey t-shirt dress. So you can see here that it's quite simple, you know, long sleeves, round neck. The thing I quite like about it in terms of the fit is it's slightly flared, you can see. So it's got a bit more movement in it. You can also then obviously make this into a top, and there's a variation you can have where you get a turtleneck as well. So it's quite a nice kind of useful item, but I really like the dress version of this particular, just like that sort of slightly looser cut on a jersey dress. I think it's really interesting. So now we have got two patterns from Folkwear. So Folkwear specialise in reproducing vintage patterns. So there are two quite interesting ones here. The first one we've got is the bathing suit, which is so cute. I love vintage clothing, but I really liked this. I thought it was really fun. So let's have a look at the line drawing so we can see what's going on. A sort of classic sailor's sort of style. It's got that lovely collar that you'd expect. So it's got sort of almost like little shorts that go down to the knee, and then there is an option to add a skirt. So what you would have done is obviously worn your skirt over the top, taken that off to go into the water. But I actually really think I really like the version, let me show you the picture, where she's just got the little shorts. I think that is such a cute outfit for summer. I think it's so sweet. It's really interesting, and if you like making vintage stuff, this is definitely worth going to have a look at. So this one is PDF only, sizes UK 4 to 30. So you can see it's such a sweet pattern. I think it's something, if you like that sort of stuff, then it's definitely worth going and having a look at. And the other pattern they've got is the School Mistress shirt, waist and skirt. Shirt, waist, I read that and it's actually a lot harder to say, shirt, waist and skirt. So this one is taken from a design from 1907. So the women's clothing obviously was quite tailored at this point. If I show you the line drawing, you can see what's going on. So it's quite, I really like it. I think you could totally rock this now. And actually the way that they photographed it, you could make this, if you like making vintage stuff, totally this is bang on. But also if you like modern stuff, I think this is really lovely. So you can see that you've got a panelled skirt. You can either make it short or long. So you can see it's got this very sweet little blouse. It's quite Victoriana, obviously with the year that it was, you know, would have been worn. But I think that shirt shape and the little tie at the waist is really nice. So if you are looking for something like that, or you're thinking about trying some vintage stuff, these are definitely worth checking out Folkwear because they've got loads and loads. So next up we have got a pattern from Barra Studio. It's called the Jolene Dress. It's a PDF only and it comes in sizes UK 8 to 20. It's a really lovely simple wrap dress if you're looking for something to kind of get you back. I don't know, I quite like the shape. I think it's quite useful. So if I show you the line drawing, you can see, because actually they photographed it on, it's made in a dark fabric and actually you miss quite a lot of the detail. You can see from the line drawing, it's a classic wrap. Interesting details on it are, it's got a ruffle that goes all the way up from the tie at the waist, round the back and up around the other side, which makes it, to me, feels really fun. It's got a nice deep cuff on it with buttons, and you can see that the kind of sleeve gathers into that cuff. There are a couple of little gathering up around the neckline, and you can see that also round just above the waist, so that then adds a bit more of fabric basically to go over the boobs. But yeah, it's a really lovely pattern. If you're feeling like you need a little, like, I think this would be a really nice dress to wear to an event or a wedding, definitely worth going and having a look at. And last but not least, I actually think this is my favourite of the week. It's another one from Barra Studio. It's the Emma Tote Bag. I love the shape of it. I think it's really useful. So there are 3 different sizes for this as well. So there's a small, medium and a large. So let me show you some pictures so you can get an idea of what's going on. So it's got this really great zip along the front, along the top of it. It's a square tote, so obviously great, especially if you're projects. I also think it's great for groceries because you can really see what you're doing or what you're buying. It's got a strap to go over if you want a longer strap as well, which is optional. But the inside is nice. It's got a zip across the top. It's also got some internal pockets, which is really handy. There is also a little tab on the front as well, you can see at the side, so that's quite useful if you want to tuck something like your water bottle on, or your umbrella or something. It's quite handy to have that as well. So I thought it was quite nice. It's got quite a lot of thought out details, and again, a nice like speedy sew if you want to get stuck into it. I really love actually the print that they put on the side saying my tote bag, which is great. I think it's really great, and it's with the self-made underneath, because that looks fun. It looks almost like it's like a branded tote, which I thought was quite clever. So that is it from me this week. I hope you have had a nice week, and I will be back soon with another video. Bye!